Welcome to college baseball, Appalachian Athletic Conference style. Gary Justice with the Southeast Sports Network bringing tonight's action. The Johnson University Royals will be taking on the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. We've had a slight weather delay. Delayed our start for about an hour. We're probably 10 to 15 minutes from getting started. Pitchers are getting loose. Still got to have the coaches meeting at home plate as well. Wanted to come on and let you guys know we're about 10 or 15 minutes out. There'll be the same stream here. You don't worry about trying to log back in and get into another stream. It'll be on this stream right here. So stay patient with us. We'll have a good ball game. The Johnson University Royals, Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs, top 25 matchup, number 3 team in the country versus the number 25 team in the entire United States of America. Gary Justice, Southeast Sports Network, bringing you baseball action.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique.
Welcome to Kingsport, Tennessee. As we start a little baseball, Gary Justice with the Southeast Sports Network bringing you tonight's action. First pitch will be around a bit close to 7 o'clock. Nice warm 79 degrees. Nice evening for baseball. Wind's been gusting all day long here. On the bump for Tennessee Wesleyan, it will be Justin Jackson, the left-hander. I'll set the defense for the Bulldogs. It'll be Newman in left, Catalino in center field, Reynolds in right, Shelley at third, Dixon at short, Espinoza the second baseman. Shaw will play first, Garcia behind the dish, and Justin Jackson on the mound. The lineup for the Johnson Royals will be Luke Wilson, Nolan Kusi, Travis Hoban Siefken, the DH, Braden Frank, Cade Leifer, Bryson Schoen, Alonzo Zuniga, Ben Thornberry, and Eddie Almeida. As we're ready to play a little baseball. Leading things off with the freshman year in the conference, Luke Wilson. First pitch, strike one. That first pitch will be at officially 6:58. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Even count 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be Wilson, Kusi, and Owen Siefkin. Caught the inside part of the zone. Quickly, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. Swung on and missed. That'll be the first punch out of the day for Justin Jackson. I'll bring up the shortstop, Nolan Kusi. Lefty on lefty. Lefty Kusi was flashing the leather earlier today. Breaking ball. Second game of the day for the Johnson Royals. One-oh. Swung on, fouled off. They defeated Bryan College earlier today. This is the first game of the day for Tennessee Wesleyan. Kusi will be followed by Travis Ovasiefkin. Inside, running count 2 balls and a strike. Top 25 matchup, number 3 versus number 25. Swung on, fouled off. We count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Rematch of last night's game, Gary.
There you go. Jeff Campbell would join me on today's broadcast, and should be another good one.
I got here and saw these two teams playing and thought it was yesterday.
Swung on, fouled off. Especially with the left-hander on the mound from Tennessee Wesleyan.
Yeah, it was deja vu.
Jackson ready to rock and fire. Tried the outside corner, missed. These two teams met during the regular season, Jeff. They've already met in this tournament as well. So any kind of game plan they have, they probably throw it out the window. They've seen each other so much.
Yeah, it's very familiar with one another.
Back up the middle, and that will be a single. As Nolan Kusi will get the first base hit of the game. That will be up to center field to bring up the DH. Travis Ovasiefkin.
Great piece of hitting by Kusi there. Stayed back, took his hands to the baseball, drove it right out into center field. One out runner aboard.
That's the thing too, Jeff. You come out early. You know, Johnson's already won a ball game today, and see if they can continue this momentum into tonight. Swung on, fouled off.
Do want to give a shout out to the Johnson University softball team. They won the 2025 AAC Conference Championship earlier today.
Jeff was on the call for that broadcast. Hey, Jeff, get that first base, brother. Don't mind. There you go. Thank you. Nice lead to first base by the shortstop, Nolan Kusi. Justin Jackson trying to keep him close.
Yeah, throws over to first, trying to keep him honest.
Yeah, Jack. I mean, Garcia has a good arm behind the plate, but anytime you can have an opportunity to maybe keep that runner a step closer to the bag, it can be an advantage for you.
May prevent him going to third on anything to the outfield. And a matchup like this, every base, every run, super important.
No balls and 2 strikes. Now, Obasifkin will have to expand the zone. It's been a lot of good at-bats today, Jeff. A lot of people foiling on pitches with 2 strikes, fighting things off.
Shows that barrel control and zone awareness. You know, great hitters are able to do that. You don't want to go down looking.
Obasifkin's going to be retired on the slider inside, unable to check his swing, and it's going to bring up the second baseman, Braden Frank.
That's one of those pitches a little too close to take. Obasifkin retired with a backwards K.
Be Frank, and then Leifer will hit if he's able to get on. Jackson has shown a good command of his off-speed stuff here early. He's starting Frank off with a breaking ball. Anytime you do that with a cleanup hitter, it's always good to keep him off balance.
Yeah, these guys in this league and at this level, they can all hit a fastball, so you've got to keep them guessing.
Back to the mound. He'll throw on first base to Corbin Shaw to complete the put out and now retire the Johnson Royals in top half. First, go to the bottom half, be Chris Catalino, Josh Shelley, Daniel Stewart, College Baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. As we go to the bottom half of the first, you'll have Nathan Hoffman. He'll be on the bump for the Johnson Royals. Set the defense for Johnson. Shones in left, Wilson's in center. Almeida is in right field. Leifer's the third baseman. Kuzi the shortstop. Frank's at second. Thornberry's the first baseman, and Zuniga behind the dish. Nathan Hoffman on the bump. And Jeff, during the earlier today, the right fielder Eddie Almeida had a big 2-run blast that had him playing with some confidence this morning.
Well, you know, and that'll do it. You know, these conference games, especially in an elimination type setting, takes a little momentum to get the bats going. And, you know, we've seen that all week on the softball side. It's just been times where, you know, your hit leads to my confidence. And you sort of share the wealth and pass the bat, and all of a sudden you look up and you put up a big inning, and hopefully it helps your team to a victory.
This will be the center fielder, Chris Catalino. You're talking about putting up big innings. This offense right here can do it, that's for sure. Hoffman will rock and fire. Strike one, and Jeff, as getting that first strike, getting that first out of an inning is always big.
It is, and it takes so much pressure, you know, off your pitcher. You can, you know, expand your pitches, open the zone a little bit. You don't have to be, you know, so ultra competitive. You can almost like breathe a sigh of relief.
Swung on, fouled off. Thornberry will give chase. That one will escape into the bleachers. No balls and 2 strikes. And again, when you start seeing teams like Tennessee Wesleyan and Johnson and Reinhardt and Milligan get these 2 strikes, or these guys will fight tooth and nail for every strike here, trying to fight for every pitch they can until they find one they can drive. 0-2. Swung on, hit to the third baseman. He'll set his feet. Go across the diamond. In time to get Catalino 5-3.
Great backhand stop deep in the hole. Long throw across the diamond to retire Catalino.
Yeah, Leifer made that look easy, Jeff.
Yeah, Leifer flashing the leather out at third. Playing pretty deep, expecting a pull hit down the line. He's almost in left field.
Josh Shelley, the third baseman, hitter now. Hoffman caught the lower part of the zone, strike one. It'll be Shelley, then Daniel Stewart. And Jeff Hoffman's coming out tonight just pounding the zone.
Seems to be in great control.
It'll be past the third baseman and shortstop, and that'll be the first hit of the day for the Bulldogs. As Josh Shelley will crack the scoreboard first in the hit column.
You can't get your second hit of the day until you get your first. Shelley delivered in a big moment there, right in the 5-6 hole.
Bring up the player of the year in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, Daniel Stewart. He'll be handling the DH duties tonight for the Bulldogs.
Really impressed with Stewart here last night. Just a tremendous hitter, great baseball player.
And to get away from Zuniga, and the throw will not be in time, and the pass ball / wild pitch will allow Shelley to advance from first to second. Nice piece of base running, Jeff. The ball didn't get very far away from the catcher. Very aggressive on the base pass.
Just great awareness and knowing your speed and your abilities. And, sometimes you got to take a chance. Worked out. Puts a runner on second. 1 out.
1-0. Breaking ball outside corner, strike one. That'll be Stewart and then Colton Reynolds. He'll play of the year. And hitting after him will be the newcomer of the year in the conference. Low and out of the zone. Stewart's able to check his swing.
2 balls, 1 strike to Stewart. He has the advantage in this at bat with a count, and saw what he could do yesterday. Just such a dangerous hitter, sees the baseball very well out of the hand.
Something I noticed yesterday too, Jeff, he lets that baseball travel so deep as well.
It's just, great bat awareness, barrel awareness, and has that ability to barrel it up, and great bat speed.
Got to have the quick hands.
You got to have it.
3-1. Swung on, fouled off. Of course, Stewart, a catcher, had hard as well. He's checking on his fellow backstop, make sure he's okay. Something about that brotherhood between catchers and umpires. That's what we've been noticing all day long. We take care of each other. I
said in the softball broadcast this week, you either have to be extremely gifted or extremely crazy to be a catcher, and sometimes maybe it's a little bit of both, but these catchers, ultra tough, ultra competitive, do such a great job behind the plate and doing what it takes to get their team a victory.
Swung on down the right field line. That'll be a base hit. Stewart around first. And that'll be the first run of the game as Stewart will cruise into second base with a 1-out double.
We mentioned that back control, barrel control that time, the pitch on the outside part of the plate. Stewart doesn't try to pull it, does what good hitters do, uses his hands, takes it the opposite field, this time deep in the right corner for a stand-up RBI double.
A nice piece of base running as well. You talked about that, the importance of advancing on that pass ball just far enough away allowed Shelley to score easily from second base.
Yeah, no throw, especially with Shelley's speed. And if not for that little bobble, Gary, you're right. He's, probably on that play going first to third. Instead, it puts the first run up for Tennessee Wesleyan and gives them the 1-0 lead.
Back-to-back base hits. Colton Reynolds, the right fielder. Swung on, missed. Had a two-home run game earlier in the tournament.
So you're saying he has the ability to leave the yard.
There's a sign out in left field called "Make a Splash," and he definitely made a splash this week. Swung on, popped up. That's going slicing down the right field line. And that will fall foul.
Yeah, just, in a perfect spot not to be caught. I mean, if that's 10 feet towards, the foul line, he's going to be retired for out number 2.
That's so hard too, Jeff. First baseman, second baseman chasing that ball, just slicing away from that line, and the outfielders coming in. That's such a tough play.
Yeah, sort of no man's land.
1 ball and 2 strikes on the right fielder for the Bulldogs. Stewart would take his lead from second base.
Everybody from Johnson giving chase, just couldn't get there.
1-2. In the turf, runs count to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Did you think you'd ever say that, in the turf?
Well,
I mean, that's usually in the dirt.
Well, Jeff, most of the week I've been saying in the dirt. I've been trying to correct myself, but it's
these turf fields give a huge advantage to play when a lot of teams can't. In such a beautiful facility here at Hunter Wright Stadium, and all the folks here in Kingsport, visit Kingsport, just have done a tremendous job hosting the baseball and softball tournaments this week, and tip of the cap to those folks.
Attention to detail. They take care of everybody.
Yes, they do.
2-2. Brad Hoover and his crew do such a good job. We needed tents for our cameras, and only thing is mentioned to them, next thing you know, you have a tent.
Yeah.
Set up, and it's just feeding us all week.
Yeah,
very appreciative.
I smell that pizza downstairs. Wish I'd have grabbed a slice on the way up.
3-2. Swung on, hit to the shortstop field, go to third in time for the tag, as Stewart will be retired. It's one of those situations, too, you wonder, why is he going there? With Stewart's normally a catcher. He don't normally run. He usually have a courtesy runner.
Right, and that's one of the things, too. It comes down to coaching philosophy. Ground ball in the infield, you go. And, maybe that time he, may shoulda, woulda, coulda stayed put at second. Cut down at third for the second out.
So this is Corbin Shaw, the first baseman. And this is also for Nathan Hoffman here, Jeff. Minimize this inning. Get the 1, but just keep it at 1. Don't let it turn into 2 or 3.
Yeah, and cutting Stewart down at third will certainly help that. 1 runner on, but he's all the way at first base. A lot of turf to cover to touch home.
Corbin Shaw, and he'll be followed by Brian Espinoza if he's able to reach. Short lead at first base.
Swung on.
Luke Wilson calling for it. He'll squeeze it for the third out. However, the Bulldogs will strike first. They score 1 in their first trip to the plate. Going to the top of the second inning, it'll be 5-6-7 lead for Sean Zuniga. College baseball in the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, as Justin Jackson will toe the roper for the second time tonight.
Yeah, Justin Jackson doing a good job on the mound. 1 inning pitch, only giving up 1 hit. It was a single. 2 strikeouts, 4 batters faced, 16 total pitches, 12 of those 4 strikes. So Johnson looking for another outing here in the 2nd inning. 1-0 is our score. Tennessee Wesleyan put 1 on the board in the bottom of the 1st. Moving to the top of the 2nd, Johnson looking to draw even.
Cade Leifer lead things off here for the Royals. Hit up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. As they say, that baseball had eyes, and that will be the 2nd hit of the day for Johnson.
Yeah, almost a great stop on the mound. Tried the backhand grab, but couldn't get it. Goes into center field, a leadoff single to start things off for Johnson here in the top of the 2nd inning.
Bring up Bryson Schoen, the left fielder. He'll hit. First time tonight the Royals have got their leadoff hitter on. Swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. You talked about the strike percentage so far that Justin Jackson's been operating with, and starts off strike 1 to Bryson Schoen. Low now is on 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that one missed just low. I do like the movement, the location, mixing up his pitches, trying to keep these Johnson hitters off balance.
You also talking about keeping runners close to first base as they did in the 1st inning. Of course, remember, Johnson led the league in stolen bases, and their offensive philosophy is fast break, run as much as you can. Swung on and missed.
I like that philosophy. If you've got the guys to do it, and, you know, it all goes back to that coaching philosophy. You know, hit and run, stolen bases, double steals, put so much pressure on the defense.
Good looking spot. Low and in, got the call. It'll be the 1st out of the inning.
Yeah, great pitch location.
Bring up the catcher, Anthony Zuniga. Alonzo Zuniga. I've always been taught don't trust the scoreboard, not trusted the PA announcer.
Right, right.
Which Rick Bentley is a great friend of mine. I'll trust him anywhere he goes.
Absolutely. I was FaceTiming her youngest daughter, Casey Ray, which I know you know her well, when we were walking in, and I stopped and let her say hi to Mr. Rick Bentley.
1 ball, no strikes. Got 1 out with a runner at first base. Jackson rocks and fire, swung on, hit to the shortstop. We go to 2nd in time for the out. So Zuniga will reach via the fielder choice, and they'll have a courtesy runner. Who's going to be the courtesy runner? There he is. Yeah, Isaac Lawson will be the runner. He ran this morning as well. This will be Ben Thornberry, the first baseman. Breaking ball.
Force out at 2nd. Makes it 2 outs now. Runner on 1st for Johnson. Each team with 2 hits in the ball game. Pretty pitch, caught the outside corner, called strike. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Breaking ball missed outside, 2 balls and a strike. You'll see the size of the lead for Isaac Lawson. He's a courtesy runner. Again, fast break offense. A left-handed pitcher makes it a little bit harder.
Sure does. Sort of keeps you honest.
Hit to the 2nd baseman. He'll go to first base. And time. Now retire the Johnson Royals in their half of the 2nd inning. We go to the bottom half. That'll be 6, 7, 8. Espinoza, Dixon, Newman. College baseball. Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Nathan Hoffman will toe the rubber for the second time.
Yeah, Nathan Hoffman, 1 inning pitched. He's allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Not giving up a walk, no strikeouts. 5 batters faced, 1 double. He's thrown 23 total pitches, 17 of those for strikes. So Hoffman looking to quell this high-powered Tennessee Wesleyan offense as we move to the bottom of the second inning, Gary.
6, 7, 8 due up for the Bulldogs, Espinoza, Dixon, and Newman. Brian Espinoza will get things started. And Jeff, definitely appreciate you coming over. You've had a long day of broadcasting softball. 19
softball games this week. There was the if necessary game went into effect today, so instead of having 2, we had 3. And Johnson defeated Brunel for that conference title.
Said as he'll go around first base, he'll lead off the inning with a potential double. The throw will come in, and it will not be in time. The first pitch that Brian Espinoza saw, it doubled to the right center field gap, and Jeff, Tennessee Wesleyan in business early.
Absolutely. Nobody out. Runner on second. Espinoza smoked that one to the right center field gap. And when he's rounding first, he can see that the outfielder has not corralled the baseball. Hustles on into second. A leadoff double to get things started here for Tennessee Wesleyan.
This is the shortstop, Devin Dixon, will hit now. Going to get runners on and got to get them over now. Let's see how Dixon can advance Espinoza. Via the bunt. Down the third base line, be foul.
Yeah, so many options here for Tennessee Wesleyan. But a bunt, even a sacrifice bunt in this situation, puts a runner at third with 1 out, and that increases the likelihood that run comes home.
He showed bunt last time. Shows bunt again. He'll get it down. The throw will not be made. As there's confusion on who is going to field the baseball.
Third baseman went to pick it up and tried to barehand it, dropped it. And now Tennessee Wesleyan really in business. Runners on the corners, nobody out.
We have Cruz Newman stepping to the box, the left fielder. All AAC member, the 2024 most valuable player of the conference tournament. Runners at first and third and nobody out.
Cruz Newman, a baseball guy with a baseball name. He's just a fantastic player.
Here Hoffman has to, again, work on minimizing the inning. How can this be? First and third, nobody out. Can he roll? They're going to concede the run. The ball's hit to the shortstop or second baseman with a possibility of turning the double play. Swung on this.
Yeah, a situation like this, first and third with no outs, you need some outs. And early in this ball game, only down 1 run, you'll certainly concede another to get 2 outs.
Swung on and missed. Nice job by Zuniga to hold on to the baseball.
Even better would be a strikeout in this situation. 1-2 the count.
Newman's able to get, Dixon was able to get back easily. Now you talked about typically coaches want pitchers just to get out. It's not really strikeouts, but like you talking about, this isn't a perfect spot for a punch out. Low and out of the zone.
A lot of folks from Johnson University wanted to call strike 3 on that one. It was out of the zone. 2-2.
Dixon getting a good lead at first. Espinoza led off the inning with a first pitch he saw. He doubled in the right center field gap. Dixon got the infield single on the bunt. 2-2 to Newman. Got him.
Nice, huge pitch right there. The big out for Johnson. Now, Gary, the old 4-6-3 or 6-4-3 Get you out of a jam.
Well, this is typically with your catcher, it's a double play candidate. Jeremy Garcia will hit, the number 9 hitter.
Big spot for Garcia.
Let's see if Hoffman may go off speed, try to get him off the end of the bat. And the ball will get past the first baseman and now allow the second run to score as Dixon will stop at second base. So besides the run scoring, it also takes away the double play ball.
Yeah, and puts another runner in scoring position. And took away all of our great analysis. Because
that's something, Jeff, I've seen 4 times this week as far as on the pickoff play, ball getting past the first baseman. I'm not sure if there's something in the line of sight over there or what's unusual to see that many in 1 week.
Absolutely. And, just another mistake. So, you saw the miscue at first on the pickoff play. Allowed a run to score. You had a pitch mishandled by the catcher, allowed a runner to get in scoring position who eventually scored. So Johnson got to clean up a few of those mistakes if they want to have a shot in this one. Cut into this Tennessee Wesleyan lead, now 2-0.
Yeah, 2 runs, 4 hits already for Wesleyan. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Off in a long look. Now he'll go to the plate. Swung on, fouled off. Knocked the umpire's mask off.
Rattled his cage a little bit for sure.
It's a little solid contact, right?
Absolutely. Get that man some Tylenol later.
Garcia, he'll be followed by the top part of the lineup. Chris Catalino will hit next. 2 balls and a strike on the backstop. Pick up play at second, not in time. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second base. Hoffman will come set, check the runner. Long hold. Swung on and missed. Evens count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jeff, we talked about the importance of getting the strikeout on Cruz Newman, the previous hitter. Another opportunity for a strikeout.
Exactly. And, and it would be huge. The runner in scoring position has the ability to score on something to the outfield
2-2.
if it develops.
Swung on, hit foul down the third baseline.
The ball was smoked down the third baseline.
I noticed the third base coach didn't even offer for that one.
Absolutely not. Lose a digit trying to field that one.
We'll do 2-2 all over again. Garcia spreads the stance. He'll choke up the hands. Low and out of the zone. Good eye from Garcia.
Yeah, that's one thing you can notice. Hitters at this level, sort of a different approach at the plate when they have 2 strikes. So choke up a little bit, just try to swing to contact, not overpower anything. Just trying to put the ball in play.
3-2. Rocks, fire, swung on, hit to the third baseman. He'll set his feet, go across the diamond. And time to retire Garcia 5-3. More importantly, also, should say, Dixon is held at second base.
Yeah, Dixon had to stay put on the 5-3 put out.
Well, it's just a great fundamental play from Leifer to look the runner back to second, stop his momentum, then go across the diamond. I'll bring up Chris Catalino, the center fielder. He bounced out to Leifer his first time, 5-3.
Yeah, Leifer, beautiful technique, working around the ball, catches it cleanly, looks the runner back. Throws the runner out at first.
Fastball outside corner, strike 1. It'll be Catalino, and Shelley will follow him if he's able to reach. Again, Hoffman looking to minimize damage. He's held him to 1 so far in this inning. Swung on, popped up. Kuzi, the shortstop's will call for it. He will squeeze it for the third out, and that will retire the Bulldogs. However, they will add 1 to their score total. They lead this one 2-0. As we go to the top half of the third, be 9-1-2. Eddie Almeida, Luke Wilson, Nola Kusi. You watching college baseball on the Southeast Sports Network.
Come on.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. As we go to the top half of the third, Bulldogs over the Royals, 2-0.
Justin Jackson back on the mound, the big left-hander. He's pitched 2 innings, only allowed 2 hits, no runs. Has 3 strikeouts, faced 8 batters, 28 total pitches, 19 of those for strikes. Good outing thus far for number 24, Justin Jackson.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with how he's been getting ahead of hitters. He's been able to dictate the tone. He's not afraid to utilize his breaking stuff at any time in the count.
Well, that's the thing, when you're in control of your pitches, it just opens up. If something's not working, you can't really throw it. You can't afford to miss to hitters at this level. So, when you're controlling those pitches, you can throw the changeup, the curveball, keep these hitters guessing. It's a huge advantage for your defense.
This is Eddie Almeida, the right fielder. He had a home run earlier this morning. Swung on, fouled off. Young man showed some pop. Be 9-1-2. Almeida, Wilson, and Cousy here in the top of the third. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error so far for the Royals. Outside corner, strike 2. Well, a change up on the second pitch, Jeff. I love to see the change of pace.
Yeah, the changeup keeps hitters guessing, and especially when you follow it up with something with a little more velocity.
Inside corner just missed, 1-2.
I like the location there. Fastball on the inside part of the plate after the changeup. Just missed inside.
Did a nice job of changing eye angles on the hitters as well. 1-2. Swung on to this. I'll throw the baseball to the first base to complete the strikeout, and that would be strikeout number 4 on the afternoon or evening for Justin Jackson.
Yeah, just a great pitch sequence, Gary. And going back to what you said, when you change the eye level, high, low, in and out, added to the change of pace and velocity, that's why pitchers are hard to hit.
So Luke Wilson, the center fielder, he struck out to lead off the game. Changeup misses outside. Wilson, the freshman of the year in the conference, done a nice job during this tournament of patrolling center field, setting the table for this Johnson University offense.
Yeah, we saw him make a couple of catches last night that were, very noteworthy. I mean, he covered a lot of ground to haul in some fly balls, and that's what you expect out of your center fielder.
Old school baseball player, displays hard. He'll choke up with 2 strikes that we've been talking about, and he'll just put the ball in play. He will foil as many pitches as possible. A reference back into the mid-'80s baseball, Brett Butler used to lead off for the Braves and the Giants. He's left-handed hitter, but now Luke Wilson reminds me of him. Swung on, popped up. That's towards the center fielder. He'll call for it, and the right fielder, Colton Reynolds, said, give me the baseball. I'll take care of that one. That'll be the second out of the inning quickly. 2 up, 2 down. Now bring up the shortstop, Nolan Cousy. I tell you what, Jeff, Justin Jackson continues to pound the zone and keeping the hitters off balance, avoiding barrels. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. He'll set his feet, go across the diamond. In time. That'll be 6-3. I retire the Royals in their half of the third. As we go to the bottom half, it will be 2-3-4. Josh Shelley, Daniel Stewart, Colton Reynolds. College baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, as we go to the bottom of the third. Bulldogs over the Royals, 2-0.
Nathan Hoffman back on the mound. He has thrown 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, one of those earned, 1 strikeout, 2 doubles. Has thrown 40 total pitches, 29 of those for strikes. He takes the mound for Johnson University against a high-powered Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldog baseball team.
Yeah, so we got 2-3-4 for the Bulldogs in the bottom half of the third. It'll be Shelley Stewart Reynolds. Shelley singled to left field his first time up. Hoffman's done a nice job of minimizing damage in the first 2 innings, leaving it to 1 run apiece.
Yeah, pitched his way out of a jam.
Swung on that baseball, hit the right field. It'll be another leadoff single for the Bulldogs. Shelley's second hit of the night. First pitch he saw, breaking ball, weighted back, and just drove that baseball.
Yeah, that's what you're taught to do with outside pitches. Just take your hands to it, wait, let it travel just a little bit deeper in the zone, hammer it into right field. Leadoff single.
I'll bring up Daniel Stewart. He doubled the right center field gap his first time. Swung on that baseball, hit deep to left field. Schoen goes back, looks up, and that baseball has left the yard.
What a shot.
A 2-run blast for Daniel Stewart will make this one a 4-0 ball game.
You know, we mentioned the hit, Gary, in his last at bat, just how well he swings it. And he absolutely smoked that one over the Lafayette heat and air conditioning sign, residential and commercial.
I'll bring up Colton Reynolds. He reached via fielder's choice his first time. He'll be back by the shortstop. And Colton Reynolds have his first base hit of the night. That's 3 straight base hits for the Bulldogs. And, Jeff, you talked about this Wesleyan Bulldogs offense. They strike early and they can strike often.
Yeah, absolutely. A single 2-run bomb followed by a single. Still nobody out. And now Tennessee Wesleyan with 7 hits through here in the bottom of the third with nobody out. It's going to call for a mound visit.
Starting to have some action in the Johnson University bullpen as well. While we have this opportunity, ways you can follow the AAC. And
stay connected with the Appalachian Athletic Conference and the Southeast Sports Network all season long. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X for the latest scores, highlights, and exclusive content. Don't miss a moment. Visit their websites and get connected today.
so, Jeff, after the 2-run blast from Daniel Stewart, make it 4-0. Colton Reynolds gets it going again. With a single left field, now Corbin Shaw will step into the box. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed. Shaw real quick in his first plate appearance flat center field.
That was a great pitch. We've given up 3 consecutive hits, come back with the off-speed. Shaw expecting something with a little more pace, swung and missed.
Missed inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Short lead for Reynolds at first base. Get to the third baseman, will set his feet, go to the first, go to the second. In time.
What a play. 5-4-3 double play. Eliminates all the base runners, and now 2 outs in the inning. Sort of a little bit of a rally killer for Tennessee Wesleyan, and that's what Johnson needed.
Also, it could be a little momentum builder, right?
Absolutely.
Try to get up if you can. Espinoza, the hitter, he doubled right field his first time. Espinoza, the second baseman, when he led off the second inning, the first pitch he saw, he smoked that baseball Did a nice job running the bags there too, Jeff. You talked about how the outfielder had not got to the baseball yet, and he never did stop. He got out of the box wanting a double.
You know, you go back to that play, and you're in that situation. Obviously, you're listening to your first base coach, but more importantly, I think you see the baseball, you see the situation, and use your ability to either get there or stay put.
Popped it to the second baseman. He'll call for it. He'll squeeze it for the third out of the inning. However, thanks to Daniel Stewart, the Bulldogs will add 2 to their scoreboard. They're leaving this one 4-0. We go to the top half of the 4th inning. It'll be 3, 4, 5. Travis, Hopis Siefkin, Braden Frank, and Caden Leifer. You're watching college baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Apologize for interrupting the commercial. However, we just haven't been quite informed yet, but they put all the players off the field. We're anticipating this is going to be a weather delay. We've had this happen a couple of times this week. Waiting on the official announcement.
See the commissioner of the AAC down there, Mr. Bill Pop. He and the associate commissioner, Jay Stansel, doing a great job here this week. These baseball and softball championships. And, you know, Gary, a situation like this, keeping the players, the fans safe, utmost important. And
well, it's definitely there's process and protocol in place for a reason. And a lot of times, and I know sometimes fans can get upset when they go to a ball game and they have a lightning delay. You don't see any lightning or any kind of rain, but
I think it's either 8 or 10 miles, 9 miles. If a lightning strike is detected within that range, it's an automatic 30-minute delay. And
yeah, so we just got the word. It is a lightning delay. So what does that mean? I mean, it is a mandatory 30-minute delay. So it's 7:46 now. So it'll be 8:15 before we'll resume this ball game. So we're in the top half of the 4th. Tennessee Wesleyan lead this one 4-0. The stream will stay up. So how you're watching the ball game, take this opportunity if you need to go get some food, some snacks, do some errands. But come back here, we definitely will have the same stream. Just log in. Gary Justice, Jeff Campbell, Jeff Hubbard, Southeast Sports Network, bringing you the Appalachian Athletic Conference postseason baseball tournament. If I do get an update, I'll come back and let you know as well.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATVs life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Gary Justin with the Southeast Sports Network coming to give you a weather update. We are still in our delay. We just passed 33 minutes as far as the lightning delay. However, the rain has started. The players have left the field. We do not have an update. Of course, they will not try to start the game while it is raining. Once we get an update, I'll definitely will keep you posted. The stream will stay active. No need to worry about trying to break the stream and trying to come find it again. So we'll make sure to give you an update. And once I get an update as far as a possible start time, I'll give you an update. To repeat, to summarize, again, we do not have a time. We are past the lightning delay. However, it is raining currently here at Hunter Wright Stadium. Stream will stay active. We'll keep you updated. Appreciate your patience.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
in action, we've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Welcome back, folks, to Hunter Wright Stadium. After a brief weather delay, Hofasican up for Johnson. Grounds over to third, thrown on and retired at first. Jeff Campbell with you here. We had to get some equipment in out of the weather in the process of trying to get that stuff back up and running for you. Braden Frank to the plate now for Johnson. Once again, we got one out here in the top of the fourth inning. No balls and one strike to Frank. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Frank. This one struck well deep into right field. Ball's got some distance. One hops the wall. Frank rounds first, going into second with a stand-up double to get Johnson started here in the top of the fourth inning. Going to bring up Cade Leifer to the plate, right-handed batter for Johnson. Runner at second, one out. 4-0 your score. Tennessee Wesleyan on top here in the top of the fourth inning. Jackson still on the bump for the Bulldogs. Runner at second, one out. Leifer at the plate. Watch his second pitch catch the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes to Leifer. Had a single back in the second inning to center field. Hit here from Leifer will likely score Frank from second. Swung on, fouled off, out of play. Count will remain 0-2. Had some weather here in the Kingsport area. A little delay, back to action here on the Southeast Sports Network. Leifer swings at this one into right field. It's going to drop for a single. Frank not going to be able to score, but back-to-back hits for Johnson has them in business here in the top of the fourth. And that will move Frank over to third. Bryson Schoen to the plate. Number 7 hitter in this very potent Johnson Royals lineup. First and third, one out. Runner goes. No throw as Leifer gets into second safely. Now runners on second and third with only one out. No balls, 1 strike to Schoen. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off. 0-2 now the count. This Johnson University Royals baseball team come back after the delay, fired up. A lot of chatter in their dugout. Here's the pitch to Schoen. In the dirt. Be ball one. 1-2 now the count. Always interesting how these teams come back after a delay. Jackson on the mound. The big left-hander pitching to Jim thus far. Yet to allow Johnson to score, but they're looking to change that. Pitch misses up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Schoen. Zuniga in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. Retires Schoen. Strikeout will be the second out in the inning. The first out occurred before the delay. So now Zuniga comes to the plate. 2 runners in scoring position. Can tie this up or take the lead with just 1 swing of the bat. Frank on third, Leifer on second. The pitch just misses away. 1 ball, no strikes to Zuniga. Ball swung on, popped in foul territory. Out of play. Catcher Garcia gave a valiant effort, but that was about 3 rows deep here at Hunter Wright Stadium. Evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson gets a sign. Here's the pitch. Low and in. Ball 2 to Zuniga. Zuniga 0 for 1 on the day today. But a hit here would certainly be beneficial. This one swung on and fouled off. Out of play deep down the left field line. Runs the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Deuces wild here at Hunter Wright Stadium. Home of the Kingsport Axemen and the AAC Baseball Championship. Zuniga dribbles 1 over to third, but foul. Fighting to keep this bat alive is the catcher for the Johnson Royals. Second and third, 2 down. Jackson trying to get out of a jam. Swung on, fouled down the third base line. High quality out bat for Alonzo Zuniga. Justin Jackson up to 52 pitches now, has 5 strikeouts on the day, 3.2 innings pitched. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. This one off the batting cages down the right field line. Still deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. After these 2 hits for Johnson here in the top of the 4th inning, they now have 4 hits on the day. Yet to score runs. Zuniga once again looking to change that. Jackson comes set, delivers. Fouled off once again. Great at bat by Alonzo Zuniga. Once again here in the top of the 4th. 4-0. Tennessee Wesleyan leads. Johnson, Zuniga, long fly ball deep to center field. Caught by Cantilino in center, and that's going to end the inning. And we will move to the bottom of the 3rd. And you will have Dixon, Newman, and Garcia up for Tennessee Wesleyan in the home half of the 4th inning. Back after this break.
your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Welcome back, folks, to Hunter Wright Stadium here in Kingsport, Tennessee, the AAC baseball tournament. We have a new pitcher on for the Johnson Royals. Ryan Ray comes in on the mound in relief of Nathan Hoffman. For Hoffman, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned. Did not walk a batter, had 1 strikeout and 15 batters faced. Did allow 2 doubles, 1 home run through 49 total pitches, 36 of those 4 strikes. And for Ray, once again, the first batter he will face, Devin Dixon. Dixon 1 for 1 on the day. Very talented shortstop for the Bulldogs. We'll be 7, 8, 9 due up this inning for Tennessee Wesleyan in the home half of the 4th inning. They lead the Johnson Royals 4-0. I'm Jeff Campbell. Gary Justice doing some technical troubleshooting. He'll join us momentarily. First pitch from Ray. We'll miss a low and out. Ball 1. Ray, a left-handed pitcher. This is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Dixon. That's a curveball in there, strike 1. 2-1 now the count. To number 1, Devin Dixon. Here's the pitch from Ray. He comes set. Swung on. Grounded in the 3-4 hole out into right field for a leadoff single for Dixon. And if you're Tennessee Wesleyan, that's the way you want to come back after the long delay. And that will bring to the plate Cruz Newman. Newman batting from the left side. Nobody out. Runner on first. Cruz Newman 0 for 1 today. Struck out in his previous at-bat. First pitch from Ray. This is outside, ball 1. Ray comes set. Eyes the runner at first. High leg kick. The pitch just misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Great eye and discipline from Newman not to offer at that one. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 3. Cruz Newman way ahead in this count. 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. Runner on first in the form of Devin Dixon. Here's the pitch. Catches the corner on the outside part of the plate, strike 1. 3-1 the count. Once again, folks, storms moving through the Kingsport area. We do appreciate your patience for sticking with us here on the Southeast Sports Network. Here's the pitch from Ray. It's going to find a strike zone as well. Same spot Outside corner called strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count to Cruz Newman. And if Ray can dispose of him via the strikeout, that's a huge for the Johnson Royals. Instead, it's a full count walk. Newman takes first, so now runners at first and second, nobody out. Dixon occupies second, Newman occupies first. As Garcia comes to the plate, the catcher for Tennessee Wesleyan. Jeremy Garcia, chance to do some damage. Showing bunt. Ray steps off the mound. Collects his thoughts, and he will get set to deliver a pitch. 4-0 Tennessee Wesleyan lead. Bottom of the 4th inning. Hunter Wright Stadium, Kingsport, Tennessee. The Appalachian Athletic Conference baseball tournament. Ray pitches. Bunt is fouled by Garcia. The runner's not able to advance on the foul ball, have to retreat back to their bases. No balls, 1 strike. Ray. Gets the pitch, comes set. Garcia showing bunt again, this time high and inside. Able to get that bat pulled back. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Tennessee Wesleyan with 8 hits on the day to only 4 from Johnson. Garcia showing bunt, this time gets it down. Beautiful bunt. Catcher picks it up, throws to first to retire Garcia. Great play by Zanega coming out of his catcher's stance, fielding that one, staying low, making a high-quality throw to first to retire Garcia for out number 1. That will bring Chris Catalino to the plate. Runners on second, third, and 1 out. Catalano, 0 for 2 on the day. Catalano watches this one to miss high and inside. No balls, 1 strike. 2 runners in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Looking to add to this 4-run lead with only 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ray. The pitch misses away. 2 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter for Tennessee Wesleyan, Chris Catalino. Ray up to 11 pitches now. This one fouled away by Catalino. 2 balls, 1 strike. Once again, 1 out. And folks, when the rain's not coming down, there's no lightning in the area. Just a perfect evening for some high-quality college baseball here on the Southeast Sports Network. Pitch from Ray, fouled off by Catalino. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Only 1 out. Bulldogs runners at second and third. This one swung on, hit hard into left center field. Schoen comes over to make the grab. Runners do advance, and another run scores for Tennessee Wesleyan, giving them 5. 5-0 Bulldogs lead. Great piece of hitting by Catalino. Deep fly out to left field. The sacrifice fly will be the second out of the inning. And we'll bring Josh Shelley to the plate. Had a single his last at bat to right field. This one hit hard in the 5-6 hole. An RBI single for Shelley. He is safe at first, and this Bulldogs offense rolling here in the bottom of the 4th inning, plating 2 runs. That will bring Daniel Stewart to the plate. And if you were with us before the delay, he deposited a 2-run home run over the left field wall. Already has a double and a home run on the evening. 3 RBI for Stewart. Pitch from Ray in there for strike 1. 2 outs, runner on first. 2 runs already in for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled away. So Ray been behind in most of these counts to the batters since he's entered the game. This time, way ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. The designated hitter, number 21, Daniel Stewart. Here's the pitch, swung on hard. Ground ball single up the middle from Stewart. Runner advances to second, not able to go any further. So now the Bulldogs have runners on first and second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, with Colton Reynolds coming to the plate. Reynolds on the day, 1 for 2. Had a double to right field back in the 1st inning. Had a single to left field in the 3rd inning. First pitch misses upstairs to Reynolds. No balls, 1 strike. Or 1 ball, no strikes. 10 hits in the ball game now for Tennessee Wesleyan. Ray comes set. Peers at the runners. Here's the pitch. This one misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to count to Colton Reynolds. Tennessee Wesleyan got 1 run in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 2 here in the 4th. Looking to add to that total. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul down the 3rd base line. First strike of the at-bat to Reynolds, 2-1 the count. Ray, the signal from his catcher. And the pitch. Swung on, deep fly ball down the left field line. Don't think it's going to stay fair. It does not. Foul ball, deep foul ball, but a foul ball nonetheless from Reynolds. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Count will stay at 2s. Colton Reynolds proven to be a tough out in this at bat. Battling. And that's what you expect out of a good hitter and a great baseball team. This one hit hard and deep to left field, going back. And trying to see if he caught the ball, and he does. What a catch in left field by Schoen. Hard to tell if that was a catch or a home run, and Schoen robs Reynolds of extra bases and ends the inning, giving his Johnson Royals a big boost in the arm. Folks, we will be back after this break right here on Southeast Sports Network. back, folks, to Kingsport, Tennessee, the AAC baseball tournament. And back on the mound for the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs will be Justin Jackson. 4 innings pitch, only allowed 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 16 batters faced. Did allow 1 double. 61 total pitches, 45 of those for strikes. And on the mound, he will face Ben Thornberry for Johnson. Thornberry 0 for 1 today. 2 quick strikes to Thornberry. He's down in the count 0-2. This pitch misses just off the plate. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Thornberry. 6-0 is your score. Tennessee Wesleyan on top of Johnson. It's a hard hit ball in a 5-6 hole. Leadoff single for Ben Thornberry. Nice piece of hitting. Taking that one to opposite field for the leadoff single. So now the Royals again. Leadoff runner on base. As Eddie Almeida comes to the plate, he's 0 for 1 today. Playing right field for the Royals. Here's the pitch. Swung on, big cut by Almeida. Couldn't catch up to the fastball. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on first, nobody out. Once again, Johnson trailing 6-0. Looking to put a run across here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch, squares to bunt. Back to the pitcher, fielded by Jackson, over to first in time to retire Almeida, but the sac bunt does advance the runner as Thornberry moves to second. But that will be the first out of the inning. That will bring Luke Wilson to the plate for the Royals. Wilson 0 for 2 today. Struck out back in the 1st inning. Another bunt. Back to Jackson. Tosses to first. Make that 2 down. Great play by Jackson, fielding his position on back-to-back sacrifice bunts by Johnson. That'll bring up Nolan Cousy. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Runner at third, chance for him to get an RBI. 2 outs now in top of the 5th inning, and he's hit by the pitch. So the hit by pitch will move Cousy to first. And we'll bring up Hoban Seacom. Hoban Seacom. Certainly want to make sure I pronounce his name correctly. Runners on the corners. 2 out. Jackson on the mound. Throws over to first. Chases Cousy back safely. First and third, 2 out. Hoban Seacom at the plate. Another throw over to first. Tennessee Wesleyan is expecting Johnson to allow Cousy to steal second. Put 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch. This is low and away, ball 1. Johnson trying to get a 5th inning rally going. Another throw over to first. Cousy back safely. This time dove back to the bag. Jackson This time he's going to deliver. Misses high and in. 2-0 now the count. Hoban Seifcom, the designated hitter for the Johnson Royals. 0 for 2 on the day, 1 strikeout. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Big cut. Couldn't catch up to the pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. This one misses low. 3-1 count now to Hoban Seifcom. Now Jackson in a little bit of a bind, way behind in the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hard hit ball in the 5-6 hole. Give Hoban Seifcom the RBI. The runner on first advances to third. Nice piece of hitting by Travis Hoban Seifcom. Single to left. And the RBI. And now Johnson will still have runners on the corners. 2 outs and a mound visit. We'll go ahead and send it back for another break. You're watching college baseball here on the Southeast Sports Network. Back to play. We'll bring Braden Frank to the plate now for Johnson. Frank, the cleanup hitter in this very powerful Johnson lineup. First and third, 2 outs. 1 run across for the Royals here in the top of the 5th inning. Thanks to the RBI single from Hoban Seifcom. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Fielded, thrown over to first to retire Frank, and that ends the inning. Nice play by short by Dixon. And the Royals get a couple hits, move some runners over, score a run. And for Tennessee Wesleyan in the home half of the 5th inning, it'll be Shaw, Espinoza, and Dixon due up when we get back from this break on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back, folks, to Kingsport, Tennessee. Once again, on the mound for Johnson will be Ryan Ray. 1 inning pitch that allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walked 1 batter, faced 7 through 28 pitches in that inning. 17 of those for strikes. And he will start off this inning facing Corbin Shaw. Shaw on the day 0 for 2. Pitch misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Corbin Shaw, the first baseman for Tennessee Wesleyan. Here's the pitch from Ray. Catches the outside corner. Strike two. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off. Shaw hitting to a 5-4-3 double play his last at bat. Two the count. Here's the pitch swung on by Shaw, hammered into center field. It'll be a leadoff single for Shaw, puts him at first, nobody out. And Brian Espinoza coming to the plate. Espinoza on the day, 1 for 2. Single, double to right field back in the second inning. First pitch misses low and in, ball 1, no balls, 1 strike. To Brian Espinoza. Here's the pitch from Ray. Misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Espinoza way ahead in this count. Runner at first in the form of Corbin Shaw. Ray comes set, delivers. This one catches the outside part of the plate, strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Once again, our score 6-1. Tennessee Wesleyan on top. They have scored a run in every inning in this baseball game. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. 3-1. The Bulldogs put 1 up in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Certainly, if you're a Tennessee Wesleyan fan, you hope they continue that streak here in the fifth. This one swung on, hammered to right field. One back in the night sky, and that is a home run by Espinoza. A 2-run blast over the right field wall, and Tennessee Wesleyan, their offense is rolling. 8-1 the score. This one's all Bulldogs. That ball, folks, I was not sure. I've been used to doing some softball games all week, and that would have been a no-doubter at the softball field, but did not think that one was going to get out of here, and we were going to have a mound visit, maybe a pitching change, folks. We'll step away, take a brief break. You're listening to College Baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Back, folks, to Hunter Wright Stadium here in Kingsport, Tennessee. The Appalachian Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament here on the Southeast Sports Network. I'm Jeff Campbell, and a big 2-run home run by Espinoza. He goes big fly over the right field fence, 64 degrees, 9-mile-an-hour wind. Just a perfect evening for some baseball. And after the 2-run blast from Espinoza, once again, that gives Tennessee Wesleyan an 8-1 lead here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and it forces a pitching change for the Royals of Johnson University, as we will see number 21, Mason Schmidt, make his way to the mound. Third pitcher on the day for Ryan Ray. His day is done. He pitched 1 inning, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, walked 1 batter, faced 9 total batters, gave up the big fly to Espinoza. He threw 39 total pitches, 23 of those 4 strikes. And now we will have Devin Dixon making his way to the plate for Tennessee Wesleyan. And Tennessee Wesleyan in fuego here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Put 2 runs on the board on 2 hits, and there are no outs. And that's one of the things we've seen through this baseball tournament. When they get rolling, they are hard to stop, and certainly rolling right now are the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. As Dixon makes his way to the plate. So Isaac Lawson will be playing in right field now for Johnson. Dixon at the plate on the day. Dixon 2 for 2. A ground ball into right field, 1 to left field. Spraying it all over the yard is the shortstop for Tennessee Wesleyan. Tennessee Wesleyan now with 12 hits in this baseball game. Absolutely seeing it well. Count is even on Dixon. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Schmidt, the big right-handed pitcher, gets the sign. High leg kick. Swung on, fouled off down the third base line by Dixon. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. And at this point in this inning, if you're the Johnson University Royals, you would just need an out. Nobody on base. This one misses outside. We'll run the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Dixon. Schmidt. Here's the pitch. Just misses outside. That'll run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled away down the first baseline. We'll do it again. 3-2 count. Schmidt on in relief of Ray. 3-2 count to the first batter he's faced. Another foul ball out of play by Dixon. Sounded like it hit something hard. Beautiful facility here at Hunter Wright Stadium. I'm just very, very impressed. My second time out here. Once again, 3-2 count. The pitch. Got him looking. Pretty pitch from Mason Schmidt. Sets down the first batter he faces via the backwards K, and now there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll bring Cruz Newman to the plate. Newman 0 for 1 today. Struck out back in the 2nd inning. Walked in the 4th. Schmidt finds the outside corner. Strike 1. Schmidt settling in nicely here in relief. Pitch swung on, foul ball. Schmidt way ahead in this count. No balls, 2 strikes. To Newman. Schmidt back on the mound, stepped off for just a moment. Set to deliver. Got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts from Mason Schmidt. Retires Dixon and now Newman. And he is rolling. We'll bring Jeremy Garcia to the plate now for Tennessee Wesleyan. The catcher for the Bulldogs, batting in the number 9 spot. This one in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs across the plate for Tennessee Wesleyan, thanks to the big 2-run home run by Espinoza. This one hit hard and deep to right field. The right fielder Lawson, who just checked into the game underneath it, to make the catch for out number 3. Folks, we have played 5 complete, and the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs lead the Johnson Royals 8-1. We'll be back after this short break right here on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back, folks, to Kingsport, Tennessee for the Appalachian Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament here on the Southeast Sports Network. I'm Jeff Campbell, and coming back to the mound for Tennessee Wesleyan here in the top of the 6th inning, Justin Jackson. He's gone the distance thus far for the Bulldogs. 5 innings pitched. He's given up 6 hits, 1 run. It was an earned run. He has 5 strikeouts, has faced 22 batters, has given up 1 double. He has thrown 75 total pitches, 54 of those 4 strikes. And one of the big statistics early on in this game, batting averages with runners on base, Tennessee Wesleyan 6 for 13 for 462. And Johnson 2 for 10, a cool 200. And Tennessee Wesleyan rolling in this one. Once again, they lead it 8-1. And for Jackson, he will face Leifer. Cade Leifer to get this one rolling here in the top of the 6th inning. Leifer 2 for 2 on the day. First pitch to Leifer was a strike. Second one on the way, swung on, fouled off. Leifer gets behind quickly in this count, 0-2. Solid outing for Justin Jackson on the mound for Tennessee Wesleyan. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes. A game where we did see a brief delay, probably around 45 minutes or so. Back to action. We appreciate you folks sticking with us. Appreciate everybody who tunes in on the Southeast Sports Network. Thank you. I'm a little biased, but I think high-quality coverage. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hammered into right field. Right fielder comes on, makes a fantastic sliding catch. That's Reynolds out in right field to retire Leifer for the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. It's a great catch, and on this turf field, a sliding catch like that, the little rubber pellets just disperse everywhere. The one up, one down here in the top of the fifth. Bryson Schoen to the plate now for Johnson. 0 for 2 on the day, struck out both times. Schoen, the left fielder, saw him make a fantastic catch at the wall earlier to rob Tennessee Wesleyan of an extra base hit. Fouls this one up and out of play. Will bring the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Justin Jackson up to 80 total pitches thrown now through 5 1/3. Once again, 5 big strikeouts here tonight. Here's the pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Schoen. And the pitch right down the heart of the plate. Pretty pitch from Jackson. Draws the count back even. 2-2 with 1 out. The 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball from Schoen. He's hanging around. Being a menace at the plate to Justin Jackson, the pitcher for Tennessee Wesleyan. So again, Schoen 0 for 2 today, looking for that first hit. The pitch, and got him swinging. Beautiful off-speed pitch from Justin Jackson to retire Schoen, and he goes down swinging for the 3rd time today. And that's the 2nd out here in the top of the 6th. And it brings Alonzo Zuniga to the plate for Johnson. 0 for 2 on the day. Hard hit ball down the third base line. Fair ball. It's going to go deep into the corner. Zuniga rounds first. He's going to motor into second with a 2-out stand-up double. Great piece of hitting, Alonzo Zuniga. A double just inside the bag. Down the left field line. And that will bring Ben Thornberry to the plate for Johnson. 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single to left field back in the 5th inning. Got that 5th inning rally started for Johnson. Eventually come around to score the only run of the game for the Royals. Big curveball from Jackson. Swung on and missed by Thornberry. No balls, 1 strike. 2 down. Runner at second for Johnson. Jackson deals another pretty curveball. Swinging strike by Thornberry, and he is behind in this count 0-2, 2 down. Jackson looking to get that 6th strikeout of the day. Bounces that one in front of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thornberry looking to drive in a run. There is a runner in scoring position after the double from Zuniga. The pitch, low and away. Deuce is wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning here in beautiful Kingsport, Tennessee. Jackson checks the runner, deals, swung on and missed. There's that 6th strikeout of the day. Beautiful pitch, Justin Jackson. And just like that, we will move to the bottom of the 6th inning with Tennessee Wesleyan coming to the plate after a brief timeout. You're watching AAC Baseball from Kingsport here on the Southeast Sports Network. Here at the AAC Conference Baseball Tournament, Jeff Campbell, Gary Justice, and for Johnson, they would trot Mason Schmidt back to the bump. He come on in relief in the 5th inning. He's thrown 1 complete inning, has 2 strikeouts in 3 batters faced. Got a fly out. He threw 13 total pitches, 9 of those for strikes. Very efficient 5th inning for Mason Schmidt. And it will be back to the top of the lineup for this high-powered Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldog offense. As Chris Catalano to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day, does have an RBI. On a sac fly back in the 4th inning. Home half of the 6th. Tennessee Wesleyan leads this one 8-1. In a game that has seen 19 combined hits, 12 for Tennessee Wesleyan, 7 for Johnson. Make it 13, a baker's dozen hits now for Tennessee Wesleyan as Catalano rips one to center field, a leadoff single. And that will bring Josh Shelley to the plate for the Bulldogs. 3 for 3 on the day, 1 RBI. And he's been spraying it all over the field. 2 hits to left field, 1 to right. Shelley looking to keep a hot bat here with a runner on first, nobody out. First pitch from Schmidt misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Schmidt deals, catches the inside part of the plate, strike 1. 1-1 count now to Shelley. Shelley playing the hot corner today for Tennessee Wesleyan. Batting second. The pitch swung on, hit to short. Past the diving shortstop into center field. Catalino rounds second, goes to third. The throw goes to third. Shelley heads up base running. He goes to second. Now runners at second and third for Tennessee Wesleyan. Nobody out. And Daniel Stewart coming to the plate. Great base running by Tennessee Wesleyan. Stewart 3 for 3 on the day, 3 RBI. Got a big home run over the left field wall in the 3rd inning. First time he's seen Mason Schmidt. Pops it up high to the night sky here in Kingsport. Shallow left field. Runner faked like he was going to tag. Good thing he held up. Be a nice throw from Schoen. Out in left. Would have cut him down. Schoen makes the play in left field to retire Stewart. 1 out. That will bring Colton Reynolds to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. 2 runners in scoring position for Reynolds. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tennessee Wesleyan looking to add to this impressive run total. 8 runs, 14 hits, and they lead Johnson 8-1. Schmidt, this one misses low. 2 balls, no strikes now to Colton Reynolds. Reynolds toeing the inside part of that batter's box. Awaits the pitch. Schmidt. This is low and away, 3-0 count. Now if you're Reynolds, try to pick something out and hit it way ahead in this count. Does not have to chase a pitch here. 2 runners in scoring position. And it will be a 4-pitch walk to Colton Reynolds to load the bases for Tennessee Wesleyan, as Corbin Shaw makes his way to the batter's box. Two on, one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Corbin Shaw 1 for 3 on the day. Single to left field back in the 3rd inning, excuse me. Pitch from Schmidt, misses low, ball 1. Shaw in the box, awaits the pitch. It's on its way. This one hammered into left center field. It's going to get down. 2 runs are going to score. 1 run across, 2 runs across. Play at the plate, 3 runs across. A 3 RBI double by Corbin Shaw. And now the Bulldogs lead this one 11-1. Great piece of hitting by Shaw. Just smoked that ball into left center field. Trying to write and talk, and that doesn't always work, folks, but a great piece of hitting nonetheless by Corbin Shaw. And that will bring up Brian Espinoza to the plate, the second baseman. 2 for 3 today, 2 RBIs already. A chance to add to that total here. Here's the pitch. Half-hearted swing from Espinoza. It'll be strike 1. 3 runs in this inning already by the Bulldogs. Only 1 out. Runner at second. Espinoza swings, hits this one into right field. There's going to be a play at the plate. Going to be cut off. The run scores. As Shaw didn't slow down going around third, had his mind set on home, and he gets there. But another RBI from Espinoza, and that makes her score 12-1. And, folks, that's going to bring about yet another mound visit. And while they talk about it, we'll step away, thank our sponsors. We certainly appreciate everyone tuning in. We'll be back here shortly after a brief break. You're watching AAC Conference Championship Baseball Tournament on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back, folks. And now, see if I can find it here. Schmidt still on the mound for Johnson, but a new batter for the Bulldogs, Cody McGill. First plate appearance today. Big left-hander comes up, 1 out, runner on first, 1 ball, no strike. Second pitch in the dirt. 2-0 now to McGill. McGill awaits the pitch from Schmidt on its way, fouled off, foul down the first base line. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Cody McGill. And after that, once again, folks, after that RBI single from Espinoza, 12-1 our score. Tennessee Wesleyan, 12 runs on 16 hits. McGill couldn't catch up to that fastball. Strike 2 swinging, 2-2 count. Schmidt, high leg kick. McGill fouls the offering. Up and out of play. Count will stay the same, 2-2. Good at bat by McGill thus far. Barreling a couple pitches up, just foul. This one, a squib job off the end of the bat. Fielded it short, thrown over to first. McGill using his speed to leg out the infield single. Great play at short by Cusey, just not in time with the speed of McGill. And another runner aboard for the Bulldogs. As Cruz Newman comes to the plate now for Tennessee Wesleyan. 0 for 2 in this game, struck out twice. Did walk once back in the 4th inning. Now the catcher, Zanega, going out to have a word with Schmidt. This time we do want to give a big shout out and thank Visit Kingsport for all their hard work and hospitality this week, and we certainly appreciate it.
Kingsport is more than just a stop, it's a destination. From family fun at Bays Mountain Park to championship golf, arts, and local events, there's something here for everyone. Ready to experience Southern hospitality at its finest? Plan your visit today and see why Kingsport is the perfect place to relax, explore, and make unforgettable memories. Visit kingsport.com. Your adventure starts here.
We do want to thank everyone at Visit Kingsport, and we do want to make you aware of all the ways that you can keep up with all the action here in the Appalachian Athletic Conference and on the Southeast Sports Network.
Stay connected with the Appalachian Athletic Conference and the Southeast Sports Network all season long. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X for the latest scores, highlights, and exclusive content. Don't miss a moment. Visit their websites and get connected today.
New pitcher in the game for Johnson University. It'll be Seth Bauer. He comes on in relief of Mason Schmidt. Schmidt went 1 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, all 4 of those earned, allowed 1 walk. Did strike out 2 batters. He faced 10. He allowed 1 double. He threw 33 total pitches, 20 of those for strikes. And Bauer, like a lot of these relief pitchers for Johnson, coming in a little bit of a jam, down 11 runs, 12-1 our score. As, once again, the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs, 12 runs on 17 hits. Johnson's 1 run. They do have 7 hits, and this game has seen just a little bit of everything. Home runs, doubles, stolen bases. Been a high-quality baseball game by 2 great teams. And Tennessee Wesleyan in control at the moment, 12-1. I'm Jeff Campbell, along with Gary Justice, Jeff Hunter, their producer tonight, and certainly appreciate those folks. We appreciate you folks for sticking with us, too. We were in a little bit of a weather delay, probably for about 40, 45 minutes or so, and back to action, trying to get this one wrapped up before any more bad weather comes in. Do want to congratulate the Johnson University Royals softball team earlier today over Brickyard Park. Johnson won the AAC softball tournament, and just a great week of softball. I've been over there calling those games with Deshaun Bullock, and saw some top quality softball programs here in this conference, and the Johnson University Royals capture their first AAC championship and will advance to the national tournament. Reinhardt, who was the regular season champions, will also advance to the national tournament. Some other teams may get an at-large bid. That selection show will be upcoming. And that will bring Jack Stevens to the plate for Tennessee Wesleyan. Fouled that one up and away. Catch made in right field for out number 2. Fantastic play out there by Lawson, patrolling right for Johnson University. Stevens was batting for Cruz Newman. Now Jeremy Garcia to the plate, the number 9 hitter for Tennessee Wesleyan. Pretty efficient outing thus far from Bauer. 1 pitch, 1 out. This one hammered deep to center field. Wilson there in plenty of time. Camps underneath it to record out number 3, folks. We have played 6 complete. And the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs lead this one 12-1 over the Johnson Royals. We'll be back after this short break. You're watching AAC College Baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back, folks, to Kingsport, Tennessee. Here on the Southeast Sports Network for the Appalachian Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament. Jeff Campbell along with Gary Justice, Jeff Hunter, a producer. And for Tennessee Wesleyan, they are in control of this one, lead 12-1. And they will trot Justin Jackson back out to the mound. He's gone the distance tonight for the Bulldogs. 6 innings pitched. He's given up 7 hits, 1 run. It was an earned run. 7 strikeouts, not walked a batter. 26 batters faced, has given up 2 doubles. Has 3 flyouts, 8 groundouts, 92 total pitches, 66 of those for strikes, and currently throwing a 1.50 ERA in this game. And if Tennessee Wesleyan can hold Johnson at bay, this one will end via the run rule. And for Johnson, Isaac Lawson will come to bat to lead things off. Lawson watches the first pitch. The second pitch drop in there for a strike. 1-1 count. Lawson batting in the spot of Almeida. Swing on out to right field. That's going to drop right in no man's land. A little C&I single for Lawson to get things started for the Royals here in the top of the 7th inning. Now back to the top of the order for Johnson. Luke Wilson coming to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in the first, flew out in the third, had a sac bunt in the 5th. He will see what he can do here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Holds up, ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Wilson. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Swung on over to third. Over to first to retire Wilson for out number 1. Lawson makes his way to second on the fielder's choice. But in this situation, you want to get an out if you are Tennessee Wesleyan, and they did just that on the 5-3 put out to retire Luke Wilson. Now Nolan Cusey to the plate, the left-handed hitter. Playing shortstop tonight for Johnson. 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch from Jackson. Off the plate, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to Cusey. Here's the pitch. This one paints the outside corner, evens the count 1-1. Hit by Lawson earlier would hit number 8 for the Royals. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Same spot. Outside part of the plate, strike 2. Pretty pitch by Justin Jackson. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. Cusey hammers this one down the left field line. Turning, foul. Thought for a second that was going to hug the line, but left-handed batter, foul ball down the left field line, has a tendency to turn away from the field of play. Cusey thought he had a hit, and he, rounding first base, has to retreat, find his bat, crawl back in the batter's box. 1-2 count. Jackson, high leg kick, pitch. Swung on, slow roller over to second. Fielded by Espinoza over to first, and Cusey retired via the 4-3 putout. Travis Hobbin-Siefken. Hobbin-Siefken coming to the plate. The runner at second, Lawson, did advance to third on the play. Hobbin-Siefken 1 for 3 today, 1 RBI, 1 strikeout. Yeah. First pitch ball to Hobbin-Siefken. Second pitch, great location, inside corner, called strike. Ran that one in right under the hands with a big right-hander. Jackson, high leg kick, pitch. This one over the plate on the inside corner, just high. 1 ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 out. Low and away. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning from Hunter Wright Stadium, Kingsport, Tennessee. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Swung on hard over to third, fielded. A throw across the diamond, caught and retired Hobbin-Siefken. What a play at third base by Shelley. Have mercy. Had to dive layout for that one. Didn't make a throw all the way across the diamond. And, folks, that's going to do it. Tennessee Wesleyan defeats Johnson by a score of 12-1 and 7. And they will advance. Tennessee Wesleyan will run their record to 40-11. Johnson will fall to 35-16. And you can tell by those records, Gary, 2 high-quality baseball teams on display here this evening. And Tennessee Wesleyan, very impressive win.
Is that, Tennessee Wesleyan will advance, and you talk about the offense and how consistent they are with 1 through 9 in the lineup, even guys coming off the bench. Can it definitely swing the stick? But this Johnson University ball club, I would be surprised if they do not receive an at-large bid into the national tournament. The school record 35 wins on the season as well. So that selection show will be coming up in the next few days, and find out their fate. Of course, Reinhardt Eagles on the baseball side have already got an automatic bid for winning the regular season series. I mean, the regular season championship. But it was definitely an offensive onslaught here tonight.
It really
12
was.
runs.
I mean, when I made this comment the other day, keeping up with all these hits, you need an abacus. And I said that, maybe some of our younger viewers, we have to Google what that is. But it was a offensive onslaught, 25 total hits in this ball game, 17 for Tennessee Wesleyan, 8 for Johnson. But it's the Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan that get the victory, 12-1.
Hey, for Jeff Campbell, Gary Justice, Jeff Hubbard, we appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. And the ball games tomorrow, be sure to check out aacsports.com for the updated schedules. Things may change because the number of games will have to be played tomorrow. Again, aacsports.com for the updated standings. Again, for all the broadcast crew here at Southeast Sports Network, we appreciate your patience tonight. Appreciate you tuning in.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.